3, 2, 1.
I mean, Danjuma can play on the left or through the middle, but even it doesn't matter how bad Son is stinking the place out, and he's stinking it out bad. I still can't see him dropping him for Danjuma. Like, if it was me, I'd go.
Like, if they're bringing Danjuma in here to play him off the bench, they're fucking high. You know the ones. Even though, like, to be fair, he can dribble, he can take people on. He's way better on the ball than Son, innit? So it's one of them ones where he's a threat, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get him to Man United for ages, bruv. So annoying. You know the ones there, like, it's jarring, bruv. I was trying to pattern him to Man United before Sancho came, blood. That's how mad it was, blood. I swear down, man wanted Danjuma, fam. And we could have got Danjuma for like 30 M's that same summer. And we chose to spend 70-something million on Jaden instead. And obviously, I'm glad we got Sancho, but bruv, Danjuma was available for cheap. How much did you get him for?
So we've got him on a 6-month loan with an option to buy for 23 million euros.
That's what I'm saying. You can get for peanuts, 23
And I
million.
think if he plays something like, I think if he plays 10 games in all competitions or something, that goes down to 18 million euros, which is what, 15 million pound? So like, it's cheap as chips. But the thing is, it's the same thing. Like, we paid 50 odd million, 60 odd million for Richarlison. We don't play him in his proper position, right? We play him on the right. And personally, I think Kulusevski's a better right winger than Richarlison because he ain't a right winger for starters.
Of course. Richarlison's not a right winger, period.
And then Harry Kane, no matter how bad we are performance-wise, he's still scoring goals. Like, he's got 16 Premier League goals. So I don't think Harry Kane, unless it's a cup game, like, if it was me, I'd go, right, Danjuma, slot him straight in against Preston at the weekend. It's a game where we're not going to be threatened much for possession. We can dominate the ball. We'd hope we can dominate the ball. Bring the likes of Danjuma and Richarlison in, put them both in a team, leave Kane on the bench.
You might as well. Like, Tottenham have nothing to lose.
That's what I'm saying.
Might as well just change up the whole thing. Slap Danjuma and Richarlison in from the start. What's the worst that could happen?
This is what I'm saying, but like, our fans go, like, I don't know, I know you have Sav on a lot, and it's me and Sav are very much think alike, but in the terms of, like, people coming out and saying, oh yeah, Conte doesn't change things up. Conte's not entitled to get criticism. Now, for me, no manager, even Guardiola, you know, you criticize him from time to time. Our fans don't give him any criticism. It's all on the board. And we all know the board are awful, right? We all know the board are awful. But they've brought in £200 million worth of players now in 3 windows. Only 3 teams have spent more than us. And you guys spent what? 60 odd million on Casemiro, 100 odd million euros on Anthony, and 40 odd or 50 million or whatever it was on Martinez, right? You ain't done any other business besides that. Like, Malacia was what, 15 million? We're not talking.
Not even that.
This is what I'm saying.
12
like,
or something like that. 12 million euros or some shit like that.
This is what I'm saying. So I want to board out so much, right? So much that it's unreal. But they've given Conte the tools. Jose was handed out the club when he had players like Joe Rodon, when he wanted Bruno. You know, he wanted Jose wanted Ruben Diaz. Conte's been given Kulusevski, Bentancur, Danjuma now, Pedro Porro, Longley, Perisic, Bissouma. These are not all terrible players. Like Bissouma, when he played in a 3 at Brighton, he was one of the best midfielders in the league at some points, dribbling wise. Like, he was a threat, and he was great at recovering. With us, Bissouma we might as well sell Bissouma. Because there's no way he's ever getting in our team.
I'll take him. No, I'm saying, because
loads of teams
we use him properly. You know what I mean? You don't become a bad player overnight. I refuse to believe that it's Bissouma's fault, that it's not working out at Spurs, bro. Like, it's not his fault, bro. He's a good footballer, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't just become shit, especially playing for someone like Brighton. So if he can look good at Brighton, he can look good elsewhere, but you have to play to his strengths, and the men are not doing that, bro. So,
but this is the thing, like, people will say, oh yeah, but there's a narrative in our fan base that if the player doesn't work out, there automatically seems to be, it's not a Conte signing. Like, I don't see why we've let go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so true. I don't get why we've let rid of Steven Bergwijn, right? But signed Brian Hill. Steven Bergwijn has scored quite a lot of goals for the Netherlands. He's gone back to the Eredivisie, and I think he's been one of Ajax's top goal scorers. But we've paid 45 million for Brian Hill. If we would have had a force of Danjuma, Bergwijn, Kane, Son, Kulu, and Richarlison, collectively, that's one of the best attacks in the league.
Yeah.
Like, there's threat everywhere. You've got goals from Harry Kane, pretty much guaranteed 15, 20, 25 goals a season, no matter how shit we are, right? Richarlison, if he's played in his right position, he'll get between 8 and 12. Some will get between 8 and 15, right? Bergwijn and Danjuma combined will probably get about another 8 to 12. Like, we've just got, and the other thing is we're buying forwards, like we're buying good forwards, like Danjuma, and players like Nkunku.
Well, who's gonna get them the fucking ball? Because you ain't got no progressive passes in midfield.
This is it. Like, we can't play it out from the back. We've got no playmaker. We've got no midfielder who's technically sound on the ball, who can take the ball on the turn and drive at players. Our defense is cheeks. When you actually look at it, if you was to take Romero out of our defense, like real talk, if you took Romero out of
relegation defense, bro, it's a relegation.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, our best wing back is on loan at Atletico Madrid in Sergio Reguilon. Bring the guy back. He's not even playing at Atletico. Bring him back. He's a better wing back than bloody Davis or Perisic. Perisic isn't even a wing back. His whole career at Croatia, he's played up front or on a wing. He's played up front or on a wing for Inter Milan, Bayern Munich. Who decides to go, do you know what? You don't start over Son, but you're going to go left wing back.
Conte, innit? You know, the geezer's a terrorist. That's just what it is. Do you know what I mean?
You can't say that about our fan base. You can't say that because if it's not
Conte, your fan base, you know what it is. I don't know why your fan base has I don't know. Your fan base has to be the most patient fan base in the world, bro. Because considering you ain't won shit, maybe you're just, I don't know. Maybe
I ain't patient, man. I'm on to them.
Maybe you lot are so used to not winning nothing, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just a day out for you, man. I don't know.
It is, real talk. It is.
How can I still be defending Conte, bruv?
This is what I'm saying. You go out, have a few beers, you go to the pub, you know, you have a laugh, you watch us get absolutely spanked, and then you go home. Like, real talk, how are we losing to Unai Emery with Ashley Young, who's about 37, 38 years old? Yeah. If Tyrone Mings was right-footed, he'd be an Uber driver, like you say, right? Yeah. They didn't even have Martinez in goal. They had the Swedish number 2, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, his cheeks. Ollie Watkins is dead, right? I don't care what anyone says. He's a dead player. He run rings round us. Like, he's cheeks. He stinks the place out. And he's running rings round us.
But he's horrible. He's literally rings up front, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Like, the argument will be now, it will be if Pedro Porro doesn't work out, it's not a Conte signing. If Danjuma don't work out, it's not a Conte signing. There's players getting on to Danjuma saying, oh, he played 14 games in the Premier League, didn't score a goal. It's like the guy's got 7 goals in 11 games in the Champions League. The guy's been one of Villarreal's top goal scorers.
He was playing at Bournemouth at the time.
This is what I'm saying. He wasn't
meant to do the mad thing. You weren't meant to do the mad thing. Let me tell you something. Danjuma, bruv. That guy can ball, blood. I'm not hearing no bullshit, fam. When it comes to feet, yeah, when it comes to like being direct and going at players, bro, like he's a nuisance, bro. Like I'm taking Danjuma every single day of the week, bro.